Okay, now we're going to replace the hubs on this car. The rear hubs have one side making a noise driving down the roads, like a lot of road noise, more than what had new tires on the car. So you can see the tread on them, and it's had a lot of road noise. But anyway, you want to block the car up. See how I got blocks under there? I put the tire under there, all the sport. My jack stands I got loaned out, so can't get them. But I'll see if you can hear the noise when I spin this. Makes a kind of a roaring noise going down the road. So I knew something was up. So jacked the car up and spun the wheel, and this is roaring pretty bad. So we're going to put a new spindle on it, and I'll get this other side off here. We replaced the other sides, so this is what the spindle looked like. So that's what it looked like. So I'm going to take a video of this side taking it off so you can see how that is done. All righty. And we'll be right back when I get this drum off here and show you what bolts and everything to take off. All righty. We are going to try something new here. And we're going to take this Evapo-Rust. And it works real good on other stuff. So what we've done, we just take a little bit and a little syringe thing here, or a little dropper. And I done see the rust already disappearing. I put a little bit in the holes. Don't take a lot. Squirt it in there. And I'm gonna let that free up. And see if we can get this rust loose around here. Yeah, I done see the rust evaporating on how heavy it was. So this may be a new trick we're going to try here. So we do let that soak a little while, and we're going to let it work in. Kind of let that work, and I'll move it this way and let it drain down a little bit. And we'll give it a few minutes, and we'll come back and see if that'll loosen up. Okay, after putting this Evapo-Rust on here, see how rusty and built up that is? All that rust on there? That's how it was right around there. And see if we get focused. But see how the rust is deteriorating? It's right back down to the smooth metal. It melted it all off. Now let's see if we can get it off there. All righty. So after it soaked a while, I put some on there and let it soak for about 5 minutes, and put some more and let it soak about 5 more minutes. And I put some in these screw holes around here to let it get to the inside of it and wash down. Let's see if this thing will move. Oh, look at that. Did it not? What? Oh, look at that. I can't believe it. Darn near pulled it off by hand. Oh wow, look. Still wet inside there. Look how wet it is, that Evapo-Rust. Oh yeah, it got into my drum and stuff. See, it's all wet inside there. So it's all wet in the drum. I'll clean that up. Make sure there ain't none on the brake shoes. I'll blow and clean this out. I'll sand this off. Then when I go back together, I'll put some anti-seize on there, a little bit on there to keep that from doing that again. I'll take a file and go around the inside of the drum and get this rust off. Okay, with that Evapo-Rust, I was able to wiggle that right off there, just prying on the little side each and other side and spin it and pry and spin it, and she popped right off. So that worked great. So what we got here is wheel bearings I ordered off eBay. There's, I think, about $88 for both of them, each side. So, and they got, I think, a 10-year warranty on them. I'm like, wow. So that wasn't bad. So we got these. And that's what we're going to put on this, is 2 brand new wheel hubs. Pretty sure it's what they call them, just hubs. So I think I called them spindles earlier, but this is my noisy one. You can hear the bearing noise in there. Hear it? So it is noisy. About ready to lock up on me, but I get this new one on there. She'll be good and tight. So what we got is some bolts in the back. There's only 4, and then they're kind of, this is your back bolts, and one's a little closer together than the other. Then your wheel and your tire bolts onto that side. So I don't know if I can get a good video of it here, but I'm going to try to show you the bolts in the back that you got to take out. It's a little tight. Top ones usually ain't too bad, but the so we got there's your bolts. You got one there and one there. Then you can see the other one down in there and the other one right there. So we're going to take these bolts out, then take this hub off and change it. So it's not too bad. Stuff you can do yourself. Way prices is getting and stuff like that. I mean, you can do a lot of this stuff yourself at home, but you got to be careful. A lot of people gets killed over your cars. So I like wooden blocks. Jack stands can still wobble. So I put the tire under there, and you can see that's a brand new tire, and I still had that road noise. I'm like, what in the world's going on? So anyway, that block right there to keep that car from falling down. I don't need to get underneath the car for anything, but still, I don't want it falling. So always block it up good, be safe, and get some good blocks and nothing rotten. And oak is probably about your best good hardwood. You should use good hardwood, which I got pines, but it'll hold the weight of this car. So it's not real heavy on this back corner. I'll go ahead and remove these bolts here and get this off here, and we'll get this hub off here, and I'll show you what's going on, because all this brake assembly don't have to come off. It'll just like hang there. So that ain't no big deal. I'll take the air hose and blow this dirt and dust off here, get that cleaned up. The pads, they don't look too bad to me. I mean, this Chevy Cobalt's a 2009. It's got about 220,000 miles on it now, and the back brakes still look pretty good. So brakes has never been rode. It's mostly just highway. So it's got a small hammer again. We don't need a sledgehammer, I don't think, on this. It's already breaking loose. So it's broke loose, you see, from here, from the actually the frame of the car. So now we got to break it loose once we got all the bolts out from the backing plate that holds our brakes. Now let's see if we can get her out of here. There she comes. So there she is. Now the brake is just hanging there. So you don't want to put a lot of pressure on. You got your brake line here, but a little movement ain't going to hurt nothing. But you don't want it to hit the ground. It kind of lay on the back of this frame right here. So just let it sit there. Oh boy, that is bad. I can feel it. It was ready to lock up on me. Yeah, that was gone. So, you know, it ain't too bad getting that out of there. There's the 2 old ones. And here's the new one. Oh, it feels much better. Yep, so we'll put this in here. You line your bolt holes back up. Slide her in. And you got your nuts. Now these is a self-locking nut, so they kind of come off hard all the way. So we'll start these back. Get these on here. Now I took the bottom ones off with a 15 millimeter wrench. Just takes you a little bit of time. You got enough room to get into the top down there to break them loose, because the torque on them, I think, is, don't hold me to it. You might want to check the specification, but I think it's like 35 foot-pounds, and once you come to that, then it's another 30 degrees. Then your wheel nuts, they torque at 100 pounds. And so you want to get that on there and get that going good. But, you know, like I say, you can save yourself a lot of money doing it yourself if you got the time. The way prices are this day and time, man, it's just too expensive to go to a car shop, and then some of them places like a dealership want, I think most of them about $130, $40, $50 an hour, according to where you at. But it's a 15 millimeter. So we'll take the 15 millimeter and run this down just a little bit, give me enough room to get my ratchet on these top ones. I got one of them snug. Not too bad a job, time consuming. You can change these out probably about, I don't know, I'm going to have about, just taking my time, no hurry, about an hour and a half aside. You can do it probably a little less. But the time I put that stuff on there and let it soak to get that drum is what takes a lot of time getting off. But I'll go ahead and get this on back together, and I'll torque it down, and we'll be right back. Okay, it was a little bit of a job of getting this old torque wrench in there to get it, but I got an old Craftsman torque wrench here, so got her torqued down. And it's kind of a little bit of a job. You got this coil spring back in there. This coil spring gets in your way a little bit, so you got to get an extension and get through there. So it's a little time consuming, so I turned the camera off there for a while to get all that done. But I went ahead and put some Never Seas on here. Just a little thin layer, nothing thick. Just smear it around, just real thin, and kind of keeps that rust from building up. And so that kind of helps, you know, if you ever have to take them off again. So got sanded the brake shoes down, got them cleaned up, sanded the inside the drum out, got that cleaned up. So we're going to see if our drum is pretty tight going back on. So not too bad. I'm going to go ahead and move this slack adjuster out a couple clicks and get it just a little bit tighter so we have good brakes. Okay, I feel it dragging the shoe right there. So might be too tight. It's pretty good before. Yeah, it's a little tight. So I'm going to back that off just a shade. But we don't want our brakes a dragging. We don't want them a dragging. Get the drum back on. Oh, that's going to be good right there. So it's not dragging, everything's good. So we'll go ahead and get this tire out of the car here. Go ahead and put it back on. And I'll go ahead and torque these down to 100 pounds and be pretty good. A lot quieter, no noise now. It's not that bad a job. You know, just take your time. You can do it. Imagine me taking this to the shop and having it done. It cost a lot of money. So I think we're good for another 10 years on this baby, as long as the rest of her holds up. Old car runs good. Been a tough car, so it seems like it's been around the world and back. But anyway, got any comments, any questions? Get the comment section and let us know. And keep your knife sharp, your powder dry. Subscribe to Last Minute Man.